tell you that some friends of ours from the base here, you met Barbara Cash. I don't know if you met Norm, but he's Tom Zero. They were in London the same time we were. And we met him a few times at the Columbia Club for a beer or something after they'd go to a play, and after we'd get the kids down in bed, like 11 o'clock, we'd meet him for a drink and then go back to the hotel. And Wednesday night, we met him late in the evening and walked through Hyde Park and walked over to the Playboy Club. Norm has a key to the Playboy Club, so he brought us as guests. And it's a pretty plush club. They've got a discotheque, and then next door they've got a 5-story building with restaurants, casinos, all kinds of gambling, roulette, blackjack, a bunch of different kinds. And we went to the discotheque for a while and I had a Tom Collins. And then we went next door and went upstairs to the 5th floor. And Tom and Norm and Barb did a little gambling. I didn't. I kind of watched because we spent so much money on this trip. I kind of hated to add to the poorhouse. Tom gambled a little bit and lost, and then he quit. And Norm too. Barbara won a few dollars on roulette. Never mind. She likes that game. I don't know much about it, so I didn't try it. I like blackjack, but you sure can lose fast on that, so I didn't try it. And I got an ashtray from the Playboy Club. And I got some little bunny drink stirrers and some bunny matches. It's kind of interesting. I wouldn't care to go back. It's very expensive and not exactly what I thought it would be, but interesting to go see for one time. I think the Playboy Club would be kind of fussy and not let too many people in, but boy, you should have seen some of the weirds in there. They look like they were right off of the hippie parks where they tent out with the long hair and the beards and the crummy clothes. The discotheque place was just full of ugly hippie-type people, and that kind of surprised me. I thought it would just be the real dressed-up clientele. And, of course, Tom and Norm wore suits, and I wore a long dress, and Barbara wore a long dress, so there were only about 4 women there in the whole place with long dresses. And Friday we had breakfast, and then we walked through Hyde Park and went to the Natural History Museum, which was very interesting. It has all these old fossils and reptiles and insects, and these are all, not living animals. They're all display-type animals. Dinosaurs. They had the La Brea tar pits with bones found in there, and a lot of things from the States that the archaeologists have found. Kind of interesting. We had lunch there, and we went back to the Columbia Club to clean up. That was our cleaning up spot. Nice clean bathrooms, and get a nice tall cold glass of beer, which we would do like once a day, and the kids would get a Coke or an ice water. It's hard to get ice water there, so we'd go to the Columbia Club so the kids could get their ice water. Then from there we went to dinner. No, we didn't go to dinner. We went to Hare from there. I took Chris and Steve to see Hare. I saw it the last time we were in London, but I wanted Chris and Steve to see it. They enjoyed it. And Tom took Danny and John to an all-day, all-night cartoon thing, continuous American cartoons, which they really enjoyed. And then Tom came back to the theater and met us, and we went out for dinner. We went back to by our hotel and ate at a Wimpy's hamburger place. And then we got the kids down in bed, and we went out in the lobby and had a beer. Oh, that's right. We fed the kids Wimpy burgers, and we were kind of sick of burgers. So after we got the kids bedded down in the hotel, showered them and got them to bed, and Tom and I walked up the street and ate at the Parson's Nose. It was a real nice little place. They had good food. That was about the best place we ate at. Very good. And
I was just going to say I had a main course called Stuff the Parson's Nose, which was chicken with a grape stuffing. Wasn't bad. Diane had a pretty good steak.
Saturday. Why don't you start on that?
Well, Saturday morning we went to Madame Tusside's Wax Museum. And we took the tube there, and we went all the way through that. That was very interesting. It took us about 3 hours, I guess, in there, wasn't it? Lots of people, but lots of things to see.
the doorbell, and I've got to let my kitty cat in off the balcony. I think she's getting cold.
Let's see, we got interrupted here. I was telling about the sides. It had wax figures of all different, a lot of different famous people. And it had a horror chamber full of wax figures and,
Famous criminals.
yeah, it had a room on Trafalgar, the Battle of Trafalgar, another one on the Battle of Britain. And after that, we went through Regent Park, which is another large park in London, and it's adjacent to the Sards. And in the far corner of that park was the London Zoo, so we went into the London Zoo, and it took us pretty much the whole day. Why don't you go ahead and tell them about it after that?
Well, first I'd like to say that one of the things I really wanted to see was Chi-Chi, the giant panda. It's the only one in captivity outside of China other than the two they sent to the States. And we got there to see him, and the caretaker told us Chi-Chi died that morning. You probably read about it in the papers, so we felt kind of bad about that. Pretty good zoo. Gorillas, lions, tigers, the whole bit. Birds, buffalo. And from there we went to a little pub called the Prince Albert Pub, the little garden out back. Some woman told us it was a fabulous little place with a beautiful rose garden. It wasn't all that rosy, but it was nice. It was private. There was no one out there, just us and the kids. We got them a Coke and we had a beer. And that evening, we took the family to dinner. From the pub, we went and had dinner. We had a big dinner at the zoo. They had a pretty nice cafeteria where you go through a line. And that was pretty reasonable. It wasn't bad at all. Tom and I had fish and chips. And the kids had their usual hamburgers. And then from the zoo, we walked up, was it Cromwell Street? And caught a double-decker bus. We wanted them to ride on the top of a double-decker bus. That was real fun. And on the way to the show, we saw some plainclothes policemen beating up on dope fiends, trying to get dope out of their pockets or something, and a nice little fight we saw. Should see the sights in London. The kids enjoyed the sights of the weirds more than the actual historical sights. Or as Mother would say, hysterical sights. They enjoyed the hysterical ones more than the historical ones. And we got off our double-decker bus and walked through Trafalgar Square, which has the fountains and statues, to our theater where we all saw Showboat. And the kids really enjoyed that.